Hey guys, Fire here from InDepth Gaming, bringing you another game review. This time we're checking out Skycadia. This game was developed and published by Studio Nisei and releases on January 22nd, 2021 for a price of $9.99. So what is Skycadia? Skycadia is a little bit of a unique take on a shmup, a shoot 'em up if you're not familiar, where you basically shoot and attack a bunch of enemies and try to live as long as you can. Traditional shoot 'em ups kind of take place on a vertical or horizontal plane, but Skycadia actually takes place on a kind of a global plane, so to speak. You play on this world where the longer you play, the more enemies that kind of generate and spawn. One of the unique aspects of the game, though, is that all enemies are constantly coming towards you. So you have to constantly deal with, smaller enemies that are really fast or the larger enemies that spawn all these bigger enemies. And what makes the game really unique in that sense is you're also presented with a ton of unique ship options. As you play through the game, you earn money that you can see on the bottom left of your screen down there from picking up these coins. Now, you don't ever really spend anything with these coins. It's more like an XP unlock kind of system if you think about it in that regard. As you collect coins, you'll slowly unlock more pilots and ways to shoot your ship or shoot your bullets. So as you can see right now, we're using a rapid shot. You can end up unlocking a couple different ways to shoot, from spreads to spiraling ammunition, and then you have the different like pilots that you can operate as that allow you to I guess fly a little different, have a little bit different health attributes. You might get a little more hearts to where you can take a little more hit. Every time you get hit by a bullet or an enemy or something, you will lose one heart, but if you do directly crash into somebody, you will die. So you have to be mindful while you're playing and navigating to, not get hit, but also you need to hit and kill enemies to continue gaining currency or XP or money, or really however you want to call it in the game. And as you do this, one of the cool unique things is the enemies actually react to each other. They don't shoot each other down that I can tell. Maybe the developer can give us a little clarifications in the comments when he gets to check out this review, but you do have the enemies crashing into each other. So as you can see, I'm flying around here. You'll notice just some of the coins falling randomly on their own. It's because the enemies are running into each other. So if you are first picking up the game and trying to earn some quick leveling up in the game, try to fly in these tight little circles. We did make an achievement guide for the game that kind of explains how to do things a little easier, that we'll link at the very end of this video to help explain really what you can do to simply get the more difficult achievements in the game. Although overall nothing is really too difficult outside of the needing to gain a certain amount of money in a particular run. As you continue getting further and further into your runs, there's more opportunities to gain more money, as well as the enemies are going to get more and more diverse. I've seen dozens and dozens of different enemies, and it's really cool seeing everything evolve and progress as you're playing the game. You can fly around in these straight patterns as much as you want and really just avoid confrontations for as long as you can, or you can charge everything head on and hope for the best. It's kind of up to you how you do that, and that's one of the really unique things that I really enjoy. Plus the comical aspect of these little banters back and forth when a beetle kills you or the other enemies take you out. It's really kind of cool. Now there is one other game mode I'm going to talk about in the game, but there's really not much to talk about the game mode. It's called Cruisin'. So once we sign back in here, you get this cruising option, and it just lets you fly around. Really, there's nothing really you do beyond flying around that I can tell. You don't shoot your gun or anything, but it's just opportunities to kind of just explore. If you're not used to flying games, either inverted or not inverted controls, I'd recommend maybe coming into the cruising mode, just to kind of learn your bearings, understand how to fly, and the world is very round, so if you fly straight, you'll eventually fly up or down. So it's a really nice way to pace and adjust the way you play. Now, the other stuff in the game that I will showcase off a little bit that is a little harder to tell, I feel like maybe there could be a little better explanation in the game, and I know the developer is working on bringing updates to the game, so this could be something he's already working on. When you look at the characters here, as you unlock them, you'll see these little grids that, HP, attack, defense, speed, and agility. And that's really the uniqueness of the different pilots that you can operate under. So you can have Captain Sanders, who's more universal, or Big Bucket, who's more attack, and then eventually unlock the other ones as you proceed. I'm still working on unlocking some characters myself, but for the most part the game is just a rinse and repeat shmup. You know, you do the same process over and over. There's also this really cool little bounty book, so you can see how many times you've killed specific enemies, and then as you start to uncover new enemies that you just don't know about. So it's kind of a neat little extra oomph that you get for your money in the game. Overall, the game as a whole, it's actually a really fun and neat take on a shmup. I like that there's these really small but subtle storied options in the game that make it really enjoyable. As far as the price for the game, it is $9.99. I think for the uniqueness, it's not too bad of a price for the game, although I would hope to maybe see some sales for the game in the future, just with the price point and what there is. But who knows? I do know after speaking with the dev, he does have quite a bit of work that he's wanting to continue doing in the game, and you know, leaderboards and things like that. So it's really cool to see. Now, I will let you know if you are trying to work toward any of the achievements. I was unable at the time that I didn't mention it in the achievement guide we did, but you can go to the official club for the game where you view like the achievements, and there is stat tracking there. The achievements themselves don't stat track at this time, but that doesn't really detract anything from the gameplay itself. If I had to give the game any type of a rating, I'm going to give the game honestly about a 7.5 out of 10. The reason I'm giving it that isn't because it's bad by any means. It's actually a really fun and enjoyable shmup and a different take on this kind of genre of game. It's just there's not a whole lot to it beyond what's, you know, really here that you're seeing on screen. I would maybe like to have seen a little better tutorial option for maybe newer players, but outside of that, it's a solid game. If you guys do want to pick the game up, we have a link down in the description. If you have any questions, want to know more about the game, see some of our other runs, challenge us to some higher scores, let us know down in the comments below. Outside of that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll catch you guys next time, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed this review. I hope you all have a wonderful day.